にちは、私のチャンネルへようこそ. Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be talking about my British perspective being married to a Japanese man. Now, of course, everyone's different. This is just my personal opinion. And also these stories are pretty personal. So please do bear that in mind with the stories that I'm about to share with you. I'd like to share some stereotypes that I've heard about these kinds of relationships from both Japanese people and Western people. I'd also like to share some of the challenges in the relationship, as well as some of the ways that I think I have changed through my relationship with my husband. Before we get into all that though, I would like to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, who is Teddy Blake, the creators of this adorable little handbag. When I received my Teddy Blake bag in the post, I actually screamed because it's just so cute. I mean, the smell is amazing. I love the smell of leather. It feels so luxurious without being unaffordable. So Teddy Blake's bags, they come in such a range. I really had to rack my brains and think hard about what style I wanted, what color I wanted, what size I wanted. But I decided to go for this teeny tiny one because I just thought it's so cute, and I can wear it both sort of like holding it in my hand like this, which I will be doing today, and also there is a strap so I can wear it sort of across on my shoulder without any hands. So I'm so happy with this little thing. It's come just in time for my birthday, so please do check my Instagram for some upcoming shoots with this bag on various birthday extravaganzas and adventures. I absolutely love it, and for anyone that has a special woman in their lives and wants to treat them to a nice Italian leather handbag, please do check their website. They have such a range of beautiful bags at fantastic quality but affordable prices. Do take a look. Let me know which one you think is nice. If for any women watching, let me know which one you like, and also let me know what you think of this cute little bag. I'm so over the moon with it. I absolutely love it. I love the feeling of quality, and I love items that I know are going to last me a lifetime. I'm also not one that needs loads of like designer, logos on me. So I love the fact that I have something of like really fantastic quality without, being overly expensive. So thank you, Teddy Blake, for your amazing selection of handbags, and also thank you for sponsoring today's video. All right, let's begin with today's topic. I'm going to start with a stereotype that I've heard from both Japanese and foreign people, and this is that Japanese are not so good at expressing their feelings. Now, I would say that there is an element of truth in that, in the sense that Japanese people don't really appreciate big public displays of affection. Perhaps they don't say "I love you" quite as much as maybe Western people do. But my personal experience with my relationship with my husband is actually that he says "I love you" enough. It's not like over the top or excessive, nor is it a rarity that it's like surprising when he says it. It's a sort of gentle happening. And one thing I will say about this topic is that I definitely feel his love, but I feel it not just in the words that he says, but in the actions that he does, in the small, tiny detail of our life. The way he talks to me, the way he considers my needs, and the way that he's patient. He maybe swallows his own frustration in order to listen to what I have to say and to express myself. So I feel like he shows me love in so many other ways than just words. And I think that is something that extends to society generally in Japan, that people understand how to do things without overtly expressing it in words. Things can be done on a much more subtle level, and it can be felt rather than just said. So that is something that I learnt quite a lot through my relationship with my husband, the power of other forms of expression than words. The next thing is a personal observation that I had, and something that really surprised me when I started my relationship with my husband. This is that when we met, like in a coffee shop or to go out for dinner or something, there was no dramatic, "Oh my God, how are you? So great to see you." There was nothing over the top like that. And I think maybe in Western countries and culture, we do associate like a dramatic or big display of affection as being happy to see someone. But I felt like with my husband, I was like, is he mad with me? Like, he didn't seem very like excited to see me. But again, this kind of ties into the previous point. It's like things can be expressed, but in different ways. So yeah, okay, perhaps he wasn't like jumping when he met me, but the way that he listens to my stories or the way that he expresses his truth to me, all these things show, actually, you know what? He is really happy to spend time with me. I found it surprising at first, and I thought, oh, he's angry with me because he's not very like happy. Outwardly, it seems so. But now I feel like it's kind of cool, and I enjoy being like that too. So instead of being like dramatically meeting, like we've not seen each other for years, you know, it's more easygoing, it's more relaxed, and I think there's like less falseness or performance in intimate relationships in Japan. I see that with other couples as well, the way that it's just people together enjoying their time instead of being on or performing. I think it's similar to the thing of like not publicly showing affection or publicly saying I love you. It's more of this subtle, delicate way of showing love through spending time and through being with another person and being there fully, not just being there dramatically at the start. Another thing that I've heard many times, often in the comments section, but also people that I've spoken to here in Japan, I've heard that there is no ladies first culture and that men aren't particularly gentlemanly. And I beg to differ. I do not agree with that at all. I think that there's a level of chivalry that allows a woman to feel feminine and feel cared for, whilst also not stuck at home having to only do housework and only do cooking and things like that. I really enjoy the dynamic and the social relationship, not just intimate relationships, but the social relationship of man and woman. I find that actually my husband is extremely gentlemanly, and yeah, you know, he allows me to do the things that I want to do. I can do YouTube, and he often really supports me in those pursuits. Yet at the same time, doesn't put pressure on me to do certain things, you know. So I feel I am able to do my life at my own pace, and he's kind of always there backing me up. Whereas in the UK, there's more of a linear structure that like things need to go a certain way. And with that, I'm sorry to mention this kind of topic, but there is an expectation that you will be intimate by the third date, and if you haven't reached that point, perhaps you should move on, perhaps she's not interested. So of course, you know, there are some people who really believe in this kind of textbook style rhythm to a relationship, if you like. And then there are people who completely disregard that and they do as their feeling dictates. And this ties me into another slightly more personal feeling about my own relationship with my husband, the sense that our relationship is completely topsy-turvy, you know, like on the same year that we met, we got married. You know, we kind of got married quite early on in our relationship, and only, you know, like years later, he met my family whilst we were on our honeymoon in the UK, you know. So it's completely different to the usual order of dating, getting engaged, getting married, having a ceremony, going on your honeymoon. This order, we've just done it in our completely own way. And it's such an adventure, I think, to do our own way with basically my best friend, my life partner. It's really freeing, I think, to not do things because society expects you to do them, but to do them because it feels right. And something that's changed inside of me during this relationship with my husband is being able to trust myself a little bit more and to trust those unexplainable feelings. So yeah, you know, our relationship is very different to how perhaps many people expected, and I will be honest with you, when he asked me to marry him, I was not expecting that at all. I was kind of speechless for a moment, and then it was like, you know what? Okay. And so we did, and I think that was when it really started to get serious. You know, we've made this big decision. Let's go hard or go home, let's do it. And it did happen very quickly. And again, it was just a process of trusting that feeling, not having any logical explanation as to why this should happen, but just feeling like this is right. And I think it just really makes me feel so alive when you can listen to yourself and trust yourself and go with this process. It's something, yeah, very, very exciting. And many people ask me, why did you come to Japan? Perhaps one of the reasons was to meet my husband. Despite having no real intention of really getting married or settling down in Japan, this is the way that the universe brought to me. This is the way that life happened to me, and something that I could never have planned, but I'm so, so grateful has happened in my life. I guess we've done our relationship not in a typical way, but in our own way, and that's something just really magical for me. I actually would say that I think my husband and I are pretty different kinds of people. You know, he's quite calm, very patient and stable. I'm a little bit more emotional, shall we say. But I think that we balance each other quite nicely. And I think the reason that it is a successful relationship is because we do have those deep fundamental values. We share the same basic beliefs. And whilst I certainly have a lot of work to do in being the perfect wife, I am trying, and I'm very grateful to have not just a husband, but a best friend and a life partner to help me really embrace his culture and to be the best person that I can possibly be. I think having someone who loves you and accepts you for you with your good parts and your not so good parts, I think that really helps you to accept yourself too, and yeah, it's the most wonderful thing I could ever have asked for. So please do leave your comments if that's not too personal. Share your own experiences in your relationship, whether cross-cultural or whether someone from your own culture. Of course, everyone is different. You know, people even in the same culture, perhaps they have some confusion points or clash points. But yeah, I think it's really important to see difference as a learning opportunity and to embrace, you know, not to be afraid of what's different, but just to enjoy this process of learning, which I think relationships are. So thank you very much for watching. Once again, a big thank you to Teddy Blake. I will be taking this all over Tokyo with me because I just love it so much. So yeah, please let me know what you think of my cute little handbag. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Janet.